Hello, everybody. I wanted to take a few minutes to show you our textbook. We are using OpenStax. It's a great resource because it's free, but it also has a lot of great information. I think you're going to enjoy it. And so I was going to take a moment to show you OpenStax, just kind of feel your way around the textbook, and then also go over some things from chapter 1. So here, when you go into OpenStax, you'll click on subjects, you'll click on business, it'll bring you here, and you go to principles of management. I have a direct link from your Blackboard shell as well. And so this is your book. You have textbook or your table of contents here that will show you your different chapters, and it's great because it breaks it down by section. You have student resources here, videos, all of the things, your student resources, and this will be the main thing you see. And the app is fantastic as well. So make sure you check out and download the OpenStax app. OpenStax app. Okay. So I just wanted to go through and talk some about chapter 1. She's really introducing you to the concept of management. It talks about managing and performing, and it includes various roles managers fulfill, like different levels of management skills, etc. And it will go through and talk about the different functions that managers fulfill in organizations. And you'll see that they spend a lot of their time communicating with subordinates, bosses, different people outside the organizations, etc. They also perform a lot of different roles in the organization. So here they're talking about how there's 3 major roles. So they include interpersonal roles, informational roles, and decisional roles. And the extent of these roles really depends on the manager's position within the organizational hierarchy. And in many recent years, many global businesses were reorganized to make them more efficient and competitive. So the reorganizations usually result in decentralizing many processes, kind of along with eliminating middle management layers, which you'll get into the top, the middle, and the lower level management layers, or first level management, if you will, resulting in many more responsibilities kind of loaded onto managers, in downsizing or flatter organizations, if you will. So in this chapter, we kind of talk about flat organizations. They talk about tall organizations. Flat organizations is kind of where one manager has lots of different people underneath them, so it results more in a flat line look. Taller organizations, managers have fewer people underneath, and it kind of results in a taller hierarchy, if you will. There's the two most salient perceptions of a manager are basically the manager's level in the organizational hierarchy and the type of department or function for which he or she is responsible. So the different levels in your book, it talks about executive, middle, and first line management. Different books, they'll talk about top, middle, first line. You'll hear different terms, but they all mean the same thing. So there's different, so managers can also be distinguished by different management skills. So top level executives utilize a lot of conceptual skills. First line managers utilize more time using their technical skills. Human relation skills or people skills usually remain the most important factor for all 3 levels in the hierarchy. So in this chapter, you will, it really does present introductory information about management, and you can see here, you can click through major characteristics, and once again, human resource management, strategic management, motivation, leadership ethics, global management, diversity, equity, communication, etc. So all of this is covered in this chapter. So you see it breaks it down, and then I highly recommend checking out all the key terms within each chapter, and and going over chapter review questions. You'll never do these to like turn in, but I highly recommend you kind of go through them and answer them to make sure you kind of got the concepts of each question. Sometimes we'll do a lot of cases in this class. Sometimes I'll have you check out the critical thinking case in certain chapters. I highly recommend you look through each case for each chapter, because it will really help you utilize the information you learn and put it into perspective. So I definitely highly recommend you do that. But that's kind of a good rundown of OpenStax. It's super easy, and it's super easy to kind of go through the different chapters, and you'll see that there are several. We might skip a couple, but for the most part we'll cover most of them. But that is kind of how you can kind of navigate OpenStax. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me, and I will be chatting with you soon.